Okay, my kids are finally back at school, which means my schedule will hopefully be normalizing a little bit, which should enable me to make a couple of more videos, but we shall see how that pans out because I still want to finish Xenoblade Chronicles 3, but that is completely unrelated to the topic that we're talking about today. As you guys may or may not be aware, I played through the entirety of Diablo Immortal. Yes, I know, it was not a particularly pleasant experience, but I had to do it because I wanted to review it. I wanted to be able to point out what the flaws of the game were. And pretty much after I finished playing through the game, I was like, great, I uninstalled the game, never touched it again because I think it's a piece of trash game. I don't think that it has any value whatsoever. I've heard people say something in the lines of, oh, if it wasn't for all the monetization. No, even without all the monetization, it's still a pretty shitty game, okay? Stop fooling yourself. It is what it is. Now, beyond that, recently there's been a situation developing that involves third-party sellers because obviously if you're going to make a game grossly pay to win, people are going to try and, get ahead in any way that they possibly can. And if that includes going to third-party websites, regardless of how shady they are, in order to get ahead in the game's economy, people are going to do that. And I'm going to tell you what, bro, I don't give a crap about any of it. I have no respect whatsoever for the integrity of this game because it is beyond pay to win. I legitimately do not care. However, I am always curious to see whenever there's like a train wreck in these games, I'm always curious to look at it. And naturally here we have a video from Force Gaming. I'm not going to be showing you guys the whole video. I will link to the video and you guys should go check out the full thing because for starters, Force Gaming is an amazing content creator. I actually met him in person once at BlizzCon. Really cool guy. So make sure to check out the video. Come like it, come watch it, all of that for the full context of the situation. He also talks about like how this is linked to stuff that has to do with credit card theft and whatnot. And I'm not going to be going into those details. Basically, the crux of the issue is a bunch of players are getting the Eternal Orbs, which is one of the game's pay-to-win currencies, from third-party shady websites in order to get ahead in the game because, it's prohibitively expensive to actually play this game in any capacity. So people are resorting to third-party websites in order to, get this currency that you need. And what ends up happening is Blizzard identified the people who did this and instead of banning them, because this is one of the most hilarious things as well that I kind of want to talk about. Instead of actually banning these people, Blizzard once again revealing that they have absolutely no, they give no fucks about the integrity of their own video game, right? These people openly broke terms of service or whatever, right? And Blizzard's like, okay, well, here's the thing. We want that money. It's not even about, oh, you broke the rules, we're banning you. It's more like, no. We want the money that you gave to this third-party website. So what they do is they identify the people who bought these Eternal Orbs from third-party websites, and they put them in debt. As in, they went to their characters and then they flagged the amount of Eternal Orbs that they bought or whatever, and they gave them a debt of those orbs. And this then does not allow them to do a bunch of activities in the game, such as PvE and all of that stuff. But interestingly enough, they can still do PvP. Now, I specifically selected this portion of Force's video because I want you guys to get my reaction to this because this is just freaking hilarious to me.
No doubt Blizzard has been aware of and tracking these transactions for some time. They have a history of dealing with third-party gold sellers in WoW and Diablo, so this isn't exactly like new territory for them. They are very familiar. Well, about 6 days ago, they started cracking down. Any accounts that were flagged for purchasing orbs through these third-party sites had whatever amount of orbs were purchased
Most of the traders I know have stalled the sales, stating that the platform they use has been suspended by Blizzard. They can no longer top up the balance using the method they did. Either gift cards or stolen credit cards, meaning no cheap orbs for people that wanted to get the edge over regular buyers. Good news, I suppose. It's like there's no such thing as good news when it comes to Diablo Immortal. That's just my opinion on it.
Subtracted from their account, leaving them with a negative Eternal Orb balance. What's more, though, is that anyone with with a negative orb balance cannot participate in most in-game group activities or things relating to trading and gear grinding. So they can't join into a party, they cannot run rifts, they can't do dungeons, and they also can't access the in-game market. In order to gain access to any of this content or these systems—
Now keep in mind, these people openly broke the terms of service. But instead of removing them from the game, Blizzard wants to make sure that they can monetize these people, so they keep them in the game. They just don't let them do anything. Well, there is one thing they allowed them to do.
Again, they have the option of paying off their orb debt, which as of today, at least for one player, is reportedly as high as negative $2,491,025. The cost to bring this to zero by purchasing those orb bundles from the in-game shop legitimately is roughly $35,000. This player would—
Now that seems pretty reasonable to me. You know, just give me $35,000 and you can play the game again. Let me tell you something, people. There's not a single video game in existence that is worth $35,000. Not a single one. All right? There is not, and I'm not even exaggerating here, because I know that nowadays, for some reason, a lot of people, they have way more money than brains, and they do not care about what they do with their money. Let me be perfectly clear. There is literally no game in the history of ever that I would pay $35,000 to play, especially not a pay-to-win piece of shit like Diablo Immortal. Let's continue.
Have to spend 35 grand in order to gain access to most of what this game's content is: the markets, the rifts, and doing the dungeons. They can, however—
This is the best part.
they can still PvP. So any of these players who are running around with negative orb balances, they haven't been outright banned. And there are some cases in which that—
So it's important to mention that even though you have a negative orb balance, for those of you that do not understand how this works, the way that these orbs are used is you run rifts with them and then you get rewards. So these players have already used these orbs, right? So they just have to buy them again in order to gain access to all these activities, but their character is still extremely powerful, because obviously if they bought thousands upon thousands of dollars worth of microtransactions, they've accrued the power in their character. So even though they can't do PvE activities, for some reason, Blizzard still allowed them to do PvP. This is probably a temporary thing, right? I'd expect them to eventually get banned from PvP as well, although what they should get is like their accounts completely banned. But to be honest, in Diablo Immortal, I don't care. I, as a matter of fact, I hope as much as possible goes wrong with this game, as well as even its player base. And some people are going to be like, wow, that's really toxic, Rurikhan. I don't give a fuck. It's that simple. I really don't. And like I said, I'm covering this because I'm actually just enjoying watching the train wreck. I'm enjoying watching this game implode onto itself and explode, and seeing the community just being completely upset. Yes, I know it's pretty fucked up, but I can't help myself. I love watching it burn.
The case, but a lot of them have the opportunity to pay off, and they can still PvP, and those players are frolicking through the battlegrounds, wreaking havoc on Immortal's quote legitimate whales. And
the legitimate whales! Won't you think about the legitimate whales? Think about them, please. Just think about the legitimate whales.
Oh boy, do those people have a thing or two to say. I've seen numerous Reddit threads popping up complaining about this, like this one. Get these fake whales out of here. The negative orb players are still running around like they own the server, doing raids, making parties. I thought they couldn't do that according to what Force just reported. I actually don't know, but making parties, stomping everyone in Battlegrounds. This is a slap to the face to everyone who legitimately paid for their orbs. Good. Good. That's what you fucking deserve. And people are going to be like, okay, Rurikhan, this is just like maybe a bit much. It's like, no, I've made my position known a long time ago. I believe that everyone who spends a significant amount of money in Diablo Immortal, and a significant amount of money could be as low as $100, I genuinely believe you are contributing to making gaming worse for literally everyone. And like I say in Diablo Immortal, I could say like a million other games, Diablo Immortal just happens to be a little bit closer to me because I care about the Diablo franchise. So
If things are going bad for you, good. This is a good thing. I see this as an absolute win. Fuck you. Fuck all the goddamn whales for all I care. Fuck them. It's beautiful. I love watching this. They should not be allowed to participate in anything until their debt is repaid. They have to pay a debt to society.
Whales out of here. The negative orb players are all still running around like they own the server. This is a slap in the face to everyone who legitimately paid for their orbs. They should not be allowed to participate in anything until their debt is repaid. Or there's this one.
Wait. Do you hear this? Do you hear this? This is the sound of the world's smallest violin playing just for you. If you happen to be a Diablo Immortal Whale. I literally have the world's smallest violin right here, and it's playing just for you. Imagine that.
Blizzard, negative orb.
Negative orbs should not be allowed and shouldn't be allowed. Wow, person can't even type. Of course not. He's a whale. He's got. I've repeatedly said whales have more money than brains, and here's the proof. Oh, Blizz minus orb shouldn't be allowed in Battleground. Negative orb player top up with third-party method shouldn't be allowed to QBG. This is disturbing that my server has tons of fake I'm just imagining, like, right? An actual real whale, and then there's just a dude with an inflatable suit sitting next to the whale, and the whale's like looking at him very suspicious, like, what are you doing? You're not a real whale. My server has tons of fake whale top up the 6K, 7K rezo now. Oh no! They're Captain Rezo. They don't even need Elder Rift and Market anymore. And they still can join Battleground? What kind of soft ban does that? Let me tell you the type of soft ban. It's the type of ban where Blizzard expects to monetize these people instead of actually enforcing their terms of service. And it's hilarious, bro. I love it. They don't even care to top up anymore as long as they can still play Battleground. Please. I love how this person is probably like thousands of dollars in the hole. And they're like on their hands and knees. Please, Blizzard, enforce the TOS. Please. The sanctity of the whales. Think of the whales. Please. Limit those negative warp players from queuing into the Battleground. They can do whatever they want, but not BGs. No, bro. Blizzard wants that sweet moolah.
Shouldn't be allowed in a Battleground. This is disturbing that my server is full of tons of fake whales capped on resonance. They don't even need Elder Rifts or the Market anymore, but they can still join Battleground. What kind of soft ban is that? Another interesting thing that's been popping up as a result of all of this are a whole lot of high-level accounts available for sale. That's right. All of a sudden, people are...
Anyway, like I said, the video goes into a lot more detail, and you should definitely check it out if you're even just like mildly curious about this topic. I just wanted this opportunity to basically laugh at all those people. Yeah, it's a fucking... Why? Why would you spend this amount of money and literally, by the way, literally make gaming worse for everyone, and then complain about like, oh, there's fake whales. I expect everyone to burn as much money in this game as me. Bro, fuck you. Fuck all them whales. I don't give a fuck. This shit is hilarious. By the way, guys, don't forget, check out Force Gaming. Link's going to be in the description to this video. Check it out. Watch it for yourself. I'm out of here. Have a good one, team. Peace out. Hit the like button for all the whales that are pissed off. Every single like in this video is a higher chance that a whale will eventually actually watch the video of me laughing at their fucking face. Not just me, the community laughing at their fucking face, all right? I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.